Hey, Rico here, and today going to be doing a quick video changing the crankshaft sensor on the Fiat Seicento Sporting 1.1 SBI. So, just taking the wheel off, and now I'm going to have to take off the plastic cover from the inside of the wheel arch. There's two covers. There's one that kind of sits on the front here. It kind of hangs over the steering arm, and there's another one that kind of takes up this entire space under the wheel arch. I think we're going to have to take both of them off to access the crank sensor. Let's see. First one, and yeah, definitely going to have to take that second cover off. Should just pop straight out. Take that completely off. I've got one bolt there that's kind of seized, and I'm not going to spend any time messing around with it, so it's just going to stay like that. And from here I can see the sensor, so I'm going to take you a bit closer. Hopefully you can see. There it is. New one arrived yesterday. I'm hoping that it's the right one, so I'm going to check that now and make sure. Right, so now we're going to have a look under the bonnet. So if you look down here, you can see these cables that run over the top cover for the cam belt. I'm pretty sure that one of those cables is connected to the crank sensor, so I've also ordered a new cover for this because mine's broken. It's got nothing holding it on. I'm going to attach that while we're here as well, but for now I'm going to take these cables off and remove that cover. So I might have to put the phone down because it's quite tricky to do with one hand. Let's see. Okay, so we got that cover out without too much trouble. As you can see, it's broken there, and I think it's broken there as well. I think there's 2 points of contact where it should be bolted into the body of the engine. So I'm glad that we can change that because that's been bugging me for a while now. So we're looking down into the engine bay now, and you can see that the cable coming up from the crankshaft sensor comes over the top of the cam belt there, past the dipstick underneath the coolant tank, and you can see down there, I think that's where the cable terminates, and there's a socket there, so I'm going to have to undo that, and oops, and yeah, this job shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see. So on the back of the sensor there, it feels like we've got a 10mm bolt holding it in. So I'm going to try and get that with a socket. See if we can get it on. And it's out. So we should be able to pull the sensor straight out from there now, I think. It's a little bit stiff in that. Probably don't do this. Okay, it's out. So from the top again now, that's going to be clipped in, clipped onto the other cables down there, so that needs to just pop off. Yeah, there's a plastic clip there that just holds it on, and it looks like there's another one that looks like a zip tie. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some pliers just to cut through that, but for now I can see there's another zip tie there as well. So see if I can get you to focus on it there. So there's that one, there's a plastic clip just there, and there's a zip tie down there. I don't know if this has been done before, so I don't know if this is how it came from the factory or whether someone's put those zip ties on. I can't imagine this has been done before on this car. It's only got 30,000 miles on it, so I'm going to say that it came from the factory like that. So I'm going to take those off now, and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Not sure whether I need to or not, but when playing around with electronic components, I like to disconnect the battery as well. So before I go and plug in anything from down below, I'm just going to disconnect the battery just for safety. Gives a little bit more space just to get down there to that clip. Okay, got it. So there it is. Put that to the side. And that is the last remaining fixture. And now, not sure if I can show you this, it's a little bit tight down there. I'm gonna have to, I'm not too sure what kind of plug that is. Just gonna examine the new one. Which, by the way, is here. Okay, so looks like there's two on each side of it. There's a little plastic nubbins that is being held on by something down there, so I'm going to try and remove that now. Okay, so not sure if I damaged that clip taking it off. It's in quite an awkward position and I can't get underneath the car to see it from there, so I had to use a little bit of brute force there. But it's out, and now I should be able to disconnect. Oh, it looks like it might be a different one from the one that I've ordered. That's a bit of a blow. Let's have a closer look. So let's see if we can get this one back in. And hopefully be able to secure this back in place with that clip if it's not damaged. Pull that old one out of the way, and I'm going to feed the new one now back. Same as the old one came out, so underneath this hose. Over where the crank, the top crank cover, the plastic cover goes, and just straight down. Okay, so that's now hanging down somewhere near where it needs to be. I'm going to go and fix it where it needs to be down here. So there it is, hanging down. Now hopefully this will just slot back in without too much trouble. Yeah, so perfect. And just to get that covers back on, cables are routed correctly. Getting pretty close now. I just need to get a zip tie for down there just to hold the cables back as they were before. Okay, so gonna do a little road test now. Gonna pull it through the gears a little bit because that's when the symptoms were worse before. It had no power. there was no power, and it somehow almost slowed down when you put your foot on the accelerator. So let's see if the new crank sensor has solved that problem. Like the problem is fixed. It feels way better to drive. Put your foot down now and it accelerates, so I think yeah, the problem's solved, so I'm happy about that.